Howdy all, welcome to Lac Lives. I think it's time to play a little Minecraft. Hey, we got a new iron golem. Look at me, guy. Hey, how are you? That's awesome. Hold on a while. These guys are just crazy. I actually kicked one of them out and sent him to live back over here with one of the other guys. Here's one of them. I think the other one ran in here. Yep. Oh, you're joining him? Alright. You guys can stay in there and live. Awesome. I hope they clean that section, because I think that makes our village that much bigger. Because every bit of doors should increase the number of villagers that should spawn, so that's what I'm hoping for. We'll see though. I haven't really been playing with that whole villager thing much. Sometimes I go in there to make sure that they're working. That's about it. Like shove the farmers over to where the fully grown wheat is, because they've been standing around twiddling their thumbs not doing anything. Slackers. I, on the other hand, have been working. And so this is what I've come up with so far. I almost think I need... The problem is the inside and the outside don't match up. And so it really looks like this ought to have one more window in it, but it's not getting it, because on the inside, it looks like this. This is what I'm going with so far. And this is just the entry hall. I did go and make it triple thick, like a McDonald's shake, and and so it's working so far. This seems to be okay, I guess. It's got some glowstone in it to light it up, but it doesn't really seem to light up very well. Not like I imagine in my mind it should. But that's the start right there. And then I didn't have enough supplies to do all of this on me. Had a lot of supplies, just not the right ones. But today I thought maybe I'm gonna move this inside so we can use this. We could work on the inside a little bit here and see if I can figure out exactly what I want to do with the inside. Now, first off, I'm going to need some blocks to put down for a floor, because I can't be floating in midair. I mean, I could, I guess, but I don't like to build in creative. I don't want to say that people who build in creative haven't earned it, because there's amazing things people do in Minecraft. But I like to collect my supplies. It gives me a sense of satisfaction. And so I tend not to just jump into creative for no reason. Now, I have jumped into creative before, and one time here not too long ago, I jumped into creative because I lost all my chests and I had no supplies, and I fell out of the world, and it wasn't my fault, and so I gave myself back some of the gear that I had been wearing, although not as good. These tools and stuff take more levels than my old tools took to repair, so, and they're getting pretty low again. We're gonna have to make a trip out to the sky tower thing that's out that way somewhere. I forget exactly where it's at. I know you can see it from here sometimes. I don't see it today though. Yeah, it's been quite a week this week. Tuesday, met with my new boss. That was interesting. Uh, Good, interesting, I think. We'll have to see. The what's happened is uh, uh, they've shuffled management around, and so we used to have they used to have more sections. That's not what I'm trying to say. More offices dedicated to different things, and and so when you work for a company that's over 100 years old, sometimes things are weird. And so the new management stuff come down here last year, I think they started, and they, just come to realize that there's no reason to have as many office workers and management positions as we currently have because, computers and things like that have kind of reshaped the face of the business world. And so our branch is a smaller branch, and they decided we didn't need our own manager. Oh crap! I fell in a hole. And so well, first they started in the main headquarters there, and they went through and basically just condensed different related offices down into a single office. So like we got like we had I want to say two or three separate payables and receivables that all covered different things. And in reality, they didn't need 3 or 4 managers of payables and receivables. And so they have condensed it down into 2. And so then on our campus, we only had 2. And our campus, that's what we call it, our branch. And so, yeah, so that didn't change too much. They did have the guy who works on our campus reapply when they changed the name of the job he had been doing. So he had to apply for the new job, but he got it back. And then I don't know. And then it went like that. And so, different sections of the company got downsized, and mostly because they told us what this is all called, flat management or something like that. They're switching to a flat management system, and I didn't look into it because I'm not in any kind of position of power. I just do my job and come home. And so, because of that, my direct boss in our branch, her position was removed because it wasn't really necessary. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I can understand why there's a branch manager, right? Because you need someone for the people at the branch to focus on, and but she wasn't doing the work that she wasn't doing so much work that someone from the main headquarters couldn't handle what she was doing, in addition to what they were doing. And so, other than having someone on site, there wasn't really a reason for her to be there. And so they recently got rid of her position. And it happened at several branches, so it wasn't just, like her. And so, in fact, the one branch I saw, their entire management staff was let go, and they opened up their jobs with the new titles and the new responsibilities to the public. And so I don't know if they were just refused to reapply for their jobs or what, but one of the branches had all new management coming in apparently, which was interesting. I don't ever work at that branch anyways, so I wasn't too worried about it. Okay, let me go grab my bed too. I'm going to move a bed over here so we can stop having to run over to this barn. Whoops. Almost ran right past the bed. But so that means that my boss now comes from the headquarters, and which is about a 2-hour drive. What's going on here? Let me sleep. And so I met with him on Tuesday, and like I said before, we do training, and so there's only 2 people now. I don't know what happened to everybody else. I don't pay any attention is part of the problem, I guess. But we only have 2 people that do the training in the area that I train. And so, like we have a lot of different trainers at our branch, but we all train in different areas. And so I was really surprised when they sent us the email for yep, that's not gonna work, dummy. You gotta do the gray dye and then the bone meal, turn it into light gray dye, and then use the light gray dye with the glass to make your light gray glass, which is my favorite glass in the game. But so yeah, he my new boss, he comes up, and he was pretty interesting. Like I said, I'll have to see because it's definitely very new, and he seems like he's gonna be all right. But just because they seem like they're gonna be all right doesn't mean they're gonna be all right. You know how it is. And but yeah, he didn't know anything that was going on. Oh yeah, that looks good. Alright, now I need to find what I did with my granite. Do you have my granite? No, you have other things, but not my granite. What about you? No, you're all flowers. What about you? There we go. There's my granite. And there's my glowstone. Yeah. I lost my glowstone. I had a whole bunch of glowstone on me, and I went to use some glowstone, and then it's just gone. Gone forever. Okay. I don't know what we're going to do with this yet, so I don't really know how far back this stuff needs to go. Still planning that out. I'm going to do this with it right now, though. And probably jump up here and put down some hardened clay and things like that. Dark wood planks. I don't know why I have orange stained clay on me. That's weird. I'm not working with orange stained clay. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. And it doesn't matter what I decide to do with this thing. This is going to be the case for this wall. I kind of wanted to make the wall, like, have a sloping pattern a little bit, which is what I have been doing with the red and the brown and the wood planks. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to go up higher than what I've got here, or if I'm just going to stick with the three. Let's do that so I can get up here. I haven't decided quite yet. Okay, you know what though? This hasn't gone out far enough because we're 3, not 2. 3. You forget how to count? I apparently forgot how to count. And so we met with him Tuesday, and then he was discussing the new training schedule for the upcoming couple of months. And right now I'm doing a training session, and he's like, "All right, this is the list I was given from the people in charge, because he has bosses too, and so this is the list that I was given, and so you guys decide who's gonna train what group." And I'm like, so I'm training a group right now. Whoa. I'm training a group right now, and you don't have their second training session they need to complete what we've been working on. And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're halfway through a training session, and it's going to be in the next few months here. We're going to be finishing that up." And he's like, "Well, they didn't set that up at the headquarters." And I'm like, "Well, I guess that's fine then, but they're not done, and I can't imagine just stopping halfway through. That's just weird." And so he's like, "Do you want it?" I'm like, "What?" And he's like, do you want it? Do you want that training session?" I'm like, "Well, it seems weird to me to not finish off their training session." He's like, "No, do you want it?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Nope, you gotta be assertive. Do you want it? Do you want to train? To finish the training?" I'm like, yes. I feel we should finish the training session for these people." He's like, "All right then, I'll put it on the list." So that was a little bizarre. He also told us to fight over who was gonna run the different training sessions, and we're just like, I'm like, whatever is good for her schedule. I'm a little more flexible. I don't have kids, so let her decide. Because we do we do training sessions during work hours, after work hours. You know, it just depends on what gets set up. And so it was bizarre. But he seems alright. I think it should be fine, maybe. I don't know, maybe it'll be horrible and I'll want to quit my job again. It got there a couple of times. Ugh. You just get to those points. In fact, bizarrely enough, I started sending out resumes and looking for a new job over the training that I am doing right now the last time I had to do this training. This time it's been great. But the last time I had to train this for this company, it was terrible. Terrible. I hated it. It was so bad. And I was going to quit my job over it almost. And then this time it's been fine. Not one issue. It was one of the supervisors at the. He's still there. In fact, he's still in the same position. So, but man, the last time I was there, and we were training, he would just walk into the middle of a session, and if we weren't training the way he thought we should be, not that he trains people, and not that he has any idea what we're doing, but man, if we weren't training the way he felt training should look like, he would let my boss know. And so it was ridiculous. I'd get emails from that guy, and then I would get emails from that guy, and then when I would get back to, oh no, sometimes he would even stop me as I was leaving the building to complain to me about how I was doing my job, and then he would call my boss and then complain about how I was doing my job, but he wasn't there when I was doing my job, except for like a few brief moments. He complained that we laughed too much and that training should be serious. And so my one of my previous bosses told me that training was serious business and that we shouldn't be laughing so much. Man. Oh man, there was this one boss I had. Oh, I could not get along with him. He was very passive aggressive, and so he wants something done, and you had to do it his way, but he wouldn't tell you what his way was. And so you would just have no idea what he wanted, and he would be mad because you weren't doing what he wanted, but he wouldn't tell you what he wanted. And so you were expected to figure it out. I kind of think I want like some, not spiral staircase here, but like some nice curved staircase maybe. Like maybe we'll do one more round of this here. And then this one will just be the next section up, like this. And then we'll start to curve back around the other way. I think that'll look nice. And then I'll have to figure out some kind of banister for it. I might as well sleep, make it daytime. Keep the creatures out. Yeah, that guy, the maintenance staff, I don't know. You can't seem to get someone who's good for everybody, right? I mean, everybody's different. Everybody looks at the problem differently. And so the maintenance staff absolutely love this guy because he was really into into keeping like the facilities, our main facilities, looking nice. Which I'm all for keeping the main facilities looking nice, but like there were things that maintenance wanted done that the previous. Oh no! I was way over there, you cheater! Dang you! Seriously, dang you! Man, glitch pigs suck. You know, I just looked at that and decided that that's not where you go, and then I turn around and put you there anyways. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he did for maintenance. I just know that when you talk to maintenance, you know, chit-chatting over the water cooler or whatever with them, they just talk about how amazing this guy was, best boss they'd ever had, kind of thing. I'm like, are you kidding me? That guy calls me into his office at least once a week to yell at me, and he never tells me what he wants. Never tells me what he wants. But you're just doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. He's not going to tell you how to fix it. He's not going to tell you exactly what is wrong. He's just going to say he doesn't like the way you're doing things, and you need to do something about it, or else he's going to have to find someone to do your job for you. And you're like, what does he want me to do? You just need to fix what you're doing wrong. What am I doing wrong? You know, I don't like the way you're doing it. Well, I finally did figure out what he didn't like about what I was doing, and I just stopped doing it. And if he'd just told me, I could have just stopped way earlier, but no. His paperwork. He didn't like that I waited to do my paperwork, and so I would leave the building and do my paperwork later. And he liked it done before I left the building. Did he ever say that to me? No. Instead, he would just say that he was thinking of getting someone to replace me because he didn't like the way I was doing my job. But he wouldn't tell me exactly what was wrong, just that he didn't like the way I was doing my job. Couldn't stand that guy. But after I started doing my paperwork before I left, which meant that I was working after my time was up for the day, he stopped saying anything. Not that it took long, you understand, but still, I don't want to sit around for 15, 20 minutes filling out reports when I'm going to be there the next day with nothing to do for 15, 20 minutes now, because that's when I did my reports. Like, he had no problem, if I was there on time and sitting around surfing the internet because there was nothing to do. He's fine with that. But he wasn't fine with coming in and working on my reports in the morning instead of turning them in before I left work. I mean, that was it. That was it. But he would just say things like, there are regulations on, or you have the employee handbook on how you're supposed to perform your job, and if you can't meet those regulations, then we're going to find someone who can. And I'm like, okay, so what am I not? You have your employee handbook. I remember telling me that one time. You have your employee handbook. Mm-hmm. And what exactly am I not? You have it. You've read it. You've initialed that you've read it. So obviously you know what you're supposed to be doing. You just need to do it. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing in the employee handbooks that says I need to turn my reports in before... Oh yeah, this is the other game. Before I leave for the evening, it just says they need to be filled out and turned in. Yeah. So the new guy seems like he's a little less angry about things. What is that? Aw, you know what happened? they had a baby, and he went under the 1 block spot there, and now the adult version of him, oh crap, is stuck in the wall. Get out. I need you to get out, dude. Get out. I want to fill this in so you don't get stuck. So no more babies get smashed. We'll just do that then. But yeah, so I think we got a good start. I'm going to need some more quartz, of course, because, you know, I can never keep enough quartz. But I think this is turning out pretty nice. I'm going to do something different with the... like, we're going to get done with this, and then... this is just like the entryway. I want to do something special with the flooring in here, which is why I just put down some stone and some cobblestone. This is not what the floor is going to look like. I just don't know what I want to do with the flooring yet. And so I'll get some more time to work on this weekend, and then I got to decide where I'm going to branch off on this, because we're going to wind up with we're going to have this and then at least one wing probably going out that way. But I also think I want to do like original tower or something on this side of it. You know, like it was a fort before they built a town around it, kind of thing. And so I think we'll probably do one tower right here, and then one wing out this other way, and then we'll have to put in, like, you know, all the inside rooms. That's one of the things that's going to be happening. That's why I don't want to build this out too far, because I don't know exactly where things are going to go. Like, this part on the inside is fine, but I can't do the outsides until I know what I'm doing on the insides because of the way I'm building this thing. And so we can't do an outside if suddenly I need to jag off that way because of how I'm doing the insides. So yeah. All right. Well, we got a little bit done today, anyways. So I don't know. Looks pretty good to me. Click like if you like, subscribe, be sure and catch the next one. I'll talk to you later. We'll be right back.